Mr. Bernstein. Good
Good
evening.
evening.
How
How
are
are
you?
you?
I'm good. I have a question for you. Filing for a person, right?
Hmm.
And do you have to have three consecutive tax forms?
Well, it's nice, but they have it. They have an I-864 easy form that you don't that you only have to submit 1 year's.
You only have to submit 1 year.
On the I-864 easy form, if your income is rather significant. If it's close to the poverty guidelines, then they're going to ask for three, and then you just do the I-864 with the 3 years.
And if it's close to the poverty part, just if it's close to that one, do I have to have three consecutive, or
No,
it
you
doesn't matter?
no, you don't have to have three as long as two are pretty good, and you can show you're out of work the year before. It still should be okay.
Okay,
All right.
thank you. I
Thank you.
was calling on the behalf of a friend. And
Sure.
Mr. Bernstein,
Yes.
you have done a good job for me. I'm
Thank you.
one of your clients,
You're awesome.
and you are the best.
Thank you very much. You're awesome. You're awesome. Thank you. I appreciate all the good and kind words.
Have a good one.
Thank you. Evans, how are you?
I'm good, and you?
Good. What's up?
I got a question regarding immigration.
Hmm.
How long does it take a green card holder to stay outside the United States?
Wait. How long does it take a green card holder? I guess as long as it takes to fly out of the United States. I mean, I think your question though is how long can a green card holder stay out of the United States? Is that your question?
Yep, that's
Okay,
it.
fine. Okay. A green card holder has to be living in the United States more often than not. So if you stay out for less than 6 months, they shouldn't ask you any questions. If you're out between
Oh,
six
okay.
months and a year, they may start asking you questions. More than a year, you're going to have a problem.
Oh, okay.
That's a general rule.
There's a problem. Yeah, I've been out of this country more than 2 years. I came back, and I didn't have no problem.
Then
It's
you
now
then
time.
then you are a very lucky man. If you are out for more than 2 years, you're
Yeah,
out for
I
more than two
know.
years, and
Yeah,
they didn't say anything to you, and they let you back in,
yeah,
then you're good.
yeah,
You're good. You
yeah.
kept your green card.
Yeah, because I still have it, but because my uncle told me they're gonna deport me, but
No, you
thank
got
God
lucky.
now,
You got lucky. They should
yeah,
have stopped you, but you got
and now,
lucky. They let you in, so you're good.
yeah, and now I have 5 years, so can I still fight for my citizenship?
100% yes. I'm assuming when you said 5 years, now I'm thinking about it, that you've had 5 years since you've been back in the United States, not 5 years since you got your green card, and 2 of those years you were out of the country. Because if it's only you've had a green card for 5 years, of which 2 of those years you were out of the country, then no, you should not file your citizenship. I assume your question was you re-entered the United States after being out of the country for 2 years. They let you back in as a green card holder, and it's been 5 years since you came back. Then yes, you can file your citizenship.
Okay,
All
all
right.
right. Thank
You.
you very much.
Thank you. James.
Yes, Brad. Good evening. How are you
Good
doing?
evening. How are you?
Not bad. Okay, I'm asking a question on behalf of someone who went to Jamaica and got married
Right.
uh to a female, but she after 2 years she's not hearing anything from the gentleman. What can she do? It was a legit marriage, but after 2 years she is not getting sure.
Did she get her
She,
green
she should
card?
have.
She came up with her green card, or she's still in Jamaica?
No, she's still in Jamaica.
Well,
Only got her green
well,
card.
if you don't ever get your green card, then there's nothing you can do. I guess get divorced and hopefully fall in love with somebody else who can file for you. I guess. But you can't
Okay.
force somebody to finish up a case.
So I mean, so she's at the mercy of this man.
Correct.
She really has to hear from him.
Correct.
All right, Brad. Thanks. You're the best.
Thank you. Tanisha.
Hi, I'm actually calling up for my aunt. It's she's a Canadian citizen, and hello.
Yes, I'm listening.
Yeah, she's a Canadian citizen. She's traveled to the U.S. Several times over the years. Recently, she was coming from Canada with the bus, and they stopped her. And when they stopped her, they said that she is no longer permitted to come to the U.S. because she didn't file a waiver because of, I guess, previous history of her coming here, deeming that her, like she was married before, and they said that it was an illegal marriage.
Okay. So she has a whole long history here with immigration. and she got stopped at the border coming in, and they're claiming
Right.
that there was some sort of fraud in a previous marriage from years and
Right.
years ago, and now
Over 30, yeah.
Okay.
This is many years ago.
All right, so I think before we go any further, I think the step is going to be, and by the way, if you've committed fraud even 30 years ago, they are correct.
Which she didn't. That's
Okay,
yeah.
right. Well, that's what I was about to say. If she did commit fraud 30 years ago, then they have every right to stop her. Now, you're saying, and I was about to say, I don't know what she did 30 years ago. Okay?
Right.
Nobody really knows. It's in immigration records. They're just reading something on a computer screen. So I think, and they're not even seeing her immigration records from 30 years ago at the border. So I think what needs to happen, number one, is your aunt should call us from Canada and let us get a copy of all her immigration records from 30 years ago and see if there was a fraud, if there wasn't a fraud. If there was a fraud, then we have to go one direction because they have every right to stop her. Because once you commit a fraud, they have a right to stop you for the rest of your life. Now, if there was no fraud, then we have to go a different direction. We have to contact border control and show them there was no fraud and they have the wrong information in their computer system. I don't know yet.
But what if she doesn't have anything from 30 years ago?
That's why you hire me. We do what's called a Freedom of Information Act request. And we get a copy of all of the records. There's hard pieces of paper, photocopies they're going to send us of all of the records from 30 years ago. And we'll take a look exactly what happened.
Okay.
All right, so that's the first step.
Okay.
Okay?
All right, great. Thank you so much.
All right, so have your aunt call us from Canada, and we'll take care of it.
Okay, great.
Thank
Thank you so much.
Mike.
Yes, sir. Question.
Yes.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
On behalf of someone, listen, if you are related to someone and they spend 2 years with you, they get a green card, the first part, and they get the second part, and after like 3 years, they move out of the apartment and live. Is there a way you could reject that card again?
No. Nope.
No?
Nope. The only thing you could do is get divorced and move on with your life.
Okay.
All right.
You could have done it in these 2 years, but not in the fourth year.
You couldn't even do it in the 2 years, honestly. Once you get a conditional green card, there's not a lot a spouse can do to prevent that person from getting their permanent green card if it was a real marriage.
Okay, all right.
All right?
Okay,
Sorry
thank you.
Marvios.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm doing okay. I've been a green card holder for 10 years now.
Uh-huh.
I want to apply for a citizenship for Form N400.
Yeah.
But I had a gap of more than 1 year. I went back. I was granted another entry visa
When did you come back to the United States?
in September 2010.
Okay. So, and you've been permanently living here since September 2010.
Correct.
All right. So wait till September 2015 and then file your citizenship.
Can you file maybe 3 months before?
For your purposes, no, because you need the 5 years of living here. Now, let me ask you a question. Are you married to a citizen?
No.
No. Okay. No. Wait till September 2015.
15.
Yeah.
And a relative has an N400 pending. Can they leave the country while this is
Absolutely. As long,
justified?
yeah. As long as it's a short trip, why not?
Okay, unless they get called for the interview, I assume.
Well, if they get called for an interview, they could always call the 1-800 number and reschedule if they're out of the country.
Got it. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.